All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are about to start working on step 6 and 7 of our student learning guide. Now, I am specifically going over the information dealing with step 7 today. That's this one right here. Your task is called the 50 object drawing. And it says watch quick video on what to do. This is that video. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the list of objects that we created to begin our drawing. What your drawing is pretty much going to be is a conglomeration of all of these objects. Now, we're going to be using the rule of thirds to help our composition. We're going to be overlapping objects, changing the size of our objects, and creating a detailed background in order to create a very interesting drawing. So first thing we want to do is zoom out so we can all see our size paper. This is an, zoom in. Move that closer. 12 by 18 size drawing paper, and this is the size paper you've been working with all year, and it's not changing. We're not getting any bigger, we're not getting any smaller. So what we're going to do is we're going to create our rule of thirds, meaning we have to divide our composition into the 3 sections. So you're going to use your ruler, and if you line it up correctly, you will see that the long ways is 18 inches. So 18, we're going to divide by 3 equals 6. So every 6 is going to be a line. So at 6, and then again at 12, and you do it for the top, and you bring it down, and you do it again for the bottom, 6 and 12. Now my marks are darker than what yours should be because of the pencil I'm using, and I did that so that you would be able to see it. You want to do your lines lightly. So now we're going to take the little dashes we made, and we're going to line them up, and we are going to draw our line. And here we have a perfectly straight line. And here we go. We're going to do the same thing over here. And this creates 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. Now, the rule of thirds is not just these 3. There are 2 other lines that you need. So we're going to turn our paper vertically. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to measure. So this is 12 inches. Let's get back to my calculator. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. So at 4 and 8 at the top. Yep, get that out of my way. And the bottom of your page will help you create your rule of thirds. Now I'm going to turn my paper horizontal in order to draw my lines because that just makes my life easier. And we're going to line it up, and we're going to draw a line. And we're going to draw our line. So here we have our paper, our 12 by 18 paper, divided into our rule of thirds composition. So this is where you're going to start being able to add your objects that you're drawing. And remember, your focal point, your biggest objects, the objects that you want to have the most detail, the most everything, really should be placed in one of these 4 sections. Okay? Not everything should be drawn in the middle. It makes the composition look weird, I want to say, but not always. So if you bear with me for 1 minute, let me show you some student examples of what you're going to be doing. Now, here are 2 examples of what I'm looking for. Now, this one is not 100% what I'm looking for because it doesn't have 50 objects. It doesn't have enough objects. And because it doesn't have enough objects, it doesn't look as interesting as if it did. Now, again, this student also used the rule of thirds to divide his paper, and he overlapped objects. He's got small objects, big objects. He's got all sorts of objects in here. Now, if we look at this one, zoom out a little bit more if it'll let me. Nope, won't let me. Here we have, this one has a little bit more objects in it, but still not quite the 50. You need to have 50 objects, okay? But you want that overlapping. You want the interesting design, okay? Stay away from words. Focus more on objects. Words are not objects. So we want objects. There will be a few pictures on Google Classroom that give you a little bit more of an idea of what I'm looking for. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.